If you talk to yourself like a drill sergeant, this one's for you. Welcome back to another episode of Dear Nicole, where you get to ask me all your questions. Not the fluffy, surface level, safe questions, the burning ones that are buried deep in the manure pile, ready to spontaneously combust. The questions that you really want to ask, but are too afraid to ask. The really juicy ones no one talks about. We say the quiet part around here.
Welcome to the Resilient Rainer, the premier podcast focused on mental performance for equestrians and improved horse show performance. Whether you're a rookie reiner or a seasoned competitor, this show is for riders who want to take their skills to the next level and achieve their full potential in the show ring. I'm Nicole Burnett, and I'm a master mindset coach who's obsessed with helping you achieve all those horse dreams you always thought were impossible. Join me each week to develop a show-ready mindset and gain the competitive edge you need to compete with confidence.
Welcome back, friends. I'm your host, Nicole Burnett. Thank you for being here on the podcast. And as we are in this holiday season, I just really want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to the podcast, for sharing it with your friends, and for sending me messages how you're listening to an episode. I love those, so keep it up. If you love this podcast, do me a favor and please go down and leave a review on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and say what you love about the podcast. It really helps out the podcast so that we can reach more riders and just help even more true horsemen out there who love their horses and want to ride better and have a good time doing it. So, down to the juicy part of today. Dear Nicole, I am so hard on myself. My lead departures, my transitions, my show outfits, the way I train, the way I don't train, optimizing my horse's diet and getting another supplement or chiro appointment for my horse, and comparing myself to others. Oh, brother, my negative self-talk is out of control. Yet for my friends, I am their total number one cheerleader. I am the one who's out there yelling and cheering and hooting and hollering from the fence. I'm the one pumping them up before and after their run. Why am I so mean to myself? Why can't I cheer for myself? I don't want to be this way anymore. I feel like crap. Sometimes it's fine, but one fumbled transition and there I go. Oh my goodness. So you can probably see yourself in this question that I got, because she's not the only one, okay? She's not the only one who feels like this. And here is what I am sharing. Hey, cowgirl, I want you to know that I see you. I really see you. And you are so not alone, my friend. And you need to be reminded that being hard on yourself, it doesn't mean that you're more committed. It just means you have been carrying that heavy load for too long. I see how much you care, how high you set the bar, how often you tell yourself that you should be further along by now. And I see how exhausted this mindset makes you. Not because you're weak. Oh, it's far from that. But because perfectionism is a trap. That inner voice that you are frenemies with, you need to know that it is not the truth. At the heart of my work that I do with my clients is dealing with that inner voice, sometimes inner critic, sometimes inner mentor. Inside the mental gym for equestrians, we spent a lot of time right here because it's so important, turning that drill sergeant voice into a steady, grounded coach. I see riders come in absolutely convinced that being hard on myself is what keeps me sharp. And a few weeks later, they're riding better, they're feeling lighter, they're actually enjoying their horse again because they finally changed the way they talk to themselves. Remember, that inner voice is not the truth in all caps. It is a reflection of every pressure that you've internalized. We're talking old stories, outside expectations, and the unspoken rules of what it means to be a real rider by those rules. But here's the magic. You are here. You are aware of it. You are naming it. You are ready and willing to change. Hell yeah! Because that is where your power is. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You just need to come home to yourself. You already know that you are capable of being a kind, loving, supportive best friend. Not even just a friend. You can be an amazing best friend. That part of you is real. You've seen it in action. You've seen that you can be a good friend. Now it is time to show that same loving, kind, tender compassion to yourself, not just other people. Remember, we treat ourselves with love and respect, not because you are broken and you need fixing, but because you are already worthy. I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat myself. You are already worthy. I am sure that you're over there, you're thinking, okay, I'm willing to drink this Kool-Aid and I'm willing to treat myself with more kindness because beating myself up sure hasn't gotten me the results that I would prefer. But literally, how, Nicole? I'm going to tell you how to start, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple of things here. Number 1, name the voice without making it the villain. So that inner critic is not you. She's the conditioning. So observe her, get curious. You can ask questions. That's a great way to get curious. So ask questions like, who taught me to speak to myself this way? Is that voice really yours? Is it really yours? Is it somebody else's? Awareness creates choice. All right, number 2, you're going to talk to yourself like you do your horse. You would not berate your horse for every mistake. Even when you get mad at them, even when they act up, you don't just tear into them, and we don't go abusing our horses physically or verbally. It's just not productive. We don't do that. And so don't do that to yourself either. You'd look for the lesson. You'd soften your hands and you would just try again. All right? You just try again, and you do your best to be neutral with your horse and just say, try again until they get it right? Like, oh, your 3-year-old missed the lead. All right, just try again. No big deal. Give yourself that same grace every time. 3, celebrate grit, not just gold. Winning patterns, they are built in the bounce back, the messy middle, the days that you saddle up anyway. That's where resilience lives. And you have got it in spades. I know you do. And number 4, make space for self-love. Yep, I said it. You have got to practice loving yourself. Even 5 quiet minutes in the barn, a breath before mounting, a grounding ritual before a show. Allowing yourself to be authentically you, not a performance of who you think you have to be. The more often you meet yourself with love, the more naturally it flows. This journey is not about silencing the inner critic completely. It's about building a stronger, a wiser, a more loving inner coach. One who believes in you, especially when things get tough. You are not falling short. You are learning to rise on your own terms. And that, dear rider, is leadership. I am proud of you for showing up, for doing the work, for being brave enough to meet yourself with compassion instead of critique. You are not too much. You are not too behind. You are exactly where you need to be to take the next step forward. I am with you all the way. And if you are tired of pep talking everybody else and their mama while tearing yourself down before you ride, 5 Days to Confident Competitor is where we start changing that. 5 days of audio training, $33. You can grab the link in the show notes. I'll see you there. Thank you so much for being here. Again, with you always. Ride confident, my friend. Talk soon.